Friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will learn the last topic of inventory management, which is physical inventory. Here we will learn all about preparing and carrying out physical inventory. So first we should know what is physical inventory. Physical inventory is a process in which physical stock is compared with the system stock. That is a simple, definition of physical inventory. But many countries require by law that companies take a physical inventory of their material stocks. This physical inventory checks the material stocks for the current assets shown in the company's financial statement. Okay, so this is due to laws. Okay, it is required in some countries. Okay, where this physical inventory has to be done mandatorily. And also, it is the goal of the material requirements planning to ensure that the materials are available at all times. If the stock data is incorrect, this will lead to problem at the time of issuing the materials. So, doing physical inventory is also important from the point of view of material requirements planning. Okay, so these are the some important points on physical inventory. How is the physical inventory carried out? Physical inventory is carried out on the basis of stock management units. A stock management unit is uniquely defined by material, plant, storage location, stock type, batch, special stock. Okay, so each stock management unit of a material is counted separately and the inventory differences are posted per stock management unit. For example, we must record the quantities of unrestricted use stock, stock in quality inspection, and block stock of a material at a storage location of a plant separately in each case. So, let us say if a material, has, in stock, we have, let us say, 2 pieces of unrestricted stock, 10 pieces in quality stock, and, 5 pieces in block stock. So, each, that quantity of the material in this each stock type will be counted as a stock management unit. Okay. So when we create a physical inventory document, right, we have to input this stock type, batch, special stock, everything. So that is, that is the stock management unit, it will take into consideration all these things. Okay. What is the material number? Okay. What is the stock type? Whether it is unrestricted or whether it is quality stock or block stock. And why if that is if the material is batch managed, what is the batch number? And special stock. Special stock here, broadly, in physical inventory, we take whether it is a vendor consignment stock or our own stock. Okay, like that. Next thing, physical inventory process is done in 3 phases. The first phase is creation of the physical inventory document. Second is the entry of count, and third is posting of the inventory difference. Okay, now that is here. Let us go into some small details of this one. First, what we do, we create the physical inventory document, and in the physical inventory document, the details will be there: the plant, storage location, material, okay, the stock type, and everything will be there. Okay, then we print the physical inventory document in order to count and enter the results. Okay, after we print the physical inventory document, the second phase is we enter the count results. Okay, so just we enter the count results and save. Then the system will calculate the inventory differences. If the if some of the stocks look doubtful, we can arrange for a recount of the stock management units affected. In this case, the further physical inventory documents are generated. So recount is done only if that is the quantity of the material is very huge, and if we find more huge differences between the system stock and the actual stock. So this is done in a rare case. Okay. What is the third phase? Third phase, we post the inventory differences that have been identified. The quantities and values of the stocks are updated. The stock accounts are updated in financial accounting or FI. Okay. Now, coming to the physical inventory document. Okay. How does the physical inventory document look like? Okay, if you display any physical inventory document, or when we create any physical inventory document, the first thing, it will ask us to input is plant and storage location. Okay, then the date on which the count is to take place, then the materials to be counted. Okay, if the material is batch managed, then batches. Okay, that is in a partial stock. If only in case of split valuation, which is a rare case. Okay, we will not take this one. Okay, stock type to be counted, whether it is unrestricted stock or quality inspection stock or block stock, status of the item, and the status of the physical inventory document. Okay, count status in the header. So let me display any one physical inventory document and show you this one. For example, let us go to MI03 display physical inventory document. I will display this one physical inventory document. Okay, which here. Okay, so here, if we see this one, we can see the plant storage location and the count date and the materials. See here. Here, plant, you can see storage location, the materials. Okay, and the count date. Go to the header here. If you go to the header, we can see plant count date. We can see here. Okay, plant count date. Okay, batches. Okay, if the material is batch managed, then you will be able to see the batches. Okay, we'll go to the overview again. Here we can see the batches here. Okay, batch. Okay, these materials are not batch managed, hence the field batch is blank. Okay, next, the stock type to be counted. Stock. Okay, where is the stock type? Here, so stock type you can see here. So here it is one for all the three items. One means it is a unrestricted stock or it is a warehouse stock. If it is if the stock of the material stock type is quality inspection, we have to select 2. If it is block stock, we have to select 4 here in the field stock type. Okay, here. Okay, so here in this stock field. Okay, next, status of the item. Okay, so for example, this physical inventory document, right? It is at initial state. That means the counting is not yet done. So how to know the status of this item, status of this items in this physical inventory document? Just click on any line item 1. Click on statistics. You will see the status of the item here. We can see status is open. That means this physical inventory document is still open. That means counting is not done. Okay, when the counting is done, then you will see here, this quantity 3 here in this counted. Okay, so if there is any inventory difference that is also cleared, you will see here, this in cleared. Okay, if recounting is done, we can see here recounting. Okay, if the line item is deleted, you can see here deleted like this. Okay, so that is how to see the status of the items. Okay, status of the item. Then status of the physical inventory document. Okay, count status in header. Okay, so what is the status of the physical inventory document? Here, go to the header. We can see here the count status. Here it is blank. Blank means it is not yet counted. Okay, if the inventory differences and if this document is counted and saved and inventory differences everything is posted. Okay, if, for example, if this if the counting is done for this physical inventory document, then the count status will here we will get an indicator X like that. Okay, here it will be updated. This field will updated with indicator X. Okay, next, when we create a physical inventory document, we can specify a physical inventory number in the document header. So this is only a internal number and it is used for our own some that is evaluation. Okay, so we can use any physical inventory number we like any professor or department, anything. For example, here let me show you this physical inventory document here. Here we can see this field, right? Physical inventory number here. Okay, we can go to change mode and anytime we can add this one. For example, our department machine shop or something, we can use this number as machine shop here, because the items we are for which we are going to do physical inventory, they belong to machine shop. Okay, we can give any any name here, so that it will be easy for us to remember and search that document. That is the purpose of this physical inventory number, which is only a internal number. Okay, next. Okay, the status of the item, I have shown you in the statistics. It will show whether it is uh, processed, counted, adjust, whatever it is. Okay, status of any item we can see here. Just go to item overview. Here, just select that any item here, click on statistics. You can see the status of the item here, whether it is open, here there are open, counted, cleared, recounted, deleted, whatever it is. Okay, so that is about that one. And we can make the following changes to a physical inventory document. Okay, so in the document header, we can change the plant count date. Okay, we can set or unset the posting block. Okay, and freeze inventory and enter or change the physical inventory number. Okay, so here, anytime, for example, here, this is a physical inventory document. Okay, so for this document, I have not done the counting is not done. So let us go to the change mode and see what we can change here in this document. Okay, so here in the header, what we can change, go to the header. Here, I can change the physical inventory number anytime. Okay, I can change here, select block. I can select this inventory. Okay, and also I can anytime, change this plant count date. For example, if, I want to change this count date to next month, January 2026, I can change it. Okay, but these changes I had to do before, that counting is done. Okay. In the not at item, okay, at item level, what I can change, okay, before counting, I can change the stock type. Okay, count unit of measure. Okay, so let me show you that one. Let us go to the here, overview. Click on so okay. Okay, so sorry, because I had selected block in okay, I should have not selected. Okay, so let me go to the here, overview. Okay, so here, okay, so here I had to start again. See here, okay, let me. I am in MI02 change physical inventory document. So I'm showing what we can change in the physical inventory document at the item level for the items. Okay, enter. Okay, select. So here, see, I can change the stock type here. Okay, before, but this I had to do before, counting is done. Here is stock type is one, which is a unrestricted use stock or warehouse stock. I can change it to quality inspection stock or block stock. Okay, whatever, that type of that material is there in the physically available. Stock type, okay, count unit of measure. So what is this count unit of measure? This is already checked here, alternate unit of measure, which is checked here. If we are using, that is, some alternate unit of measure in additional data in the material master record. So when we are entering the count, okay, and entering in the count in the system, that time, right, we can use the alternate unit of measure. Okay, so that is a different thing. Okay, so we will know it if it is required. Okay, then set the deletion indicator. Okay, so before counting, we can always set here deletion indicator is there here. So how for example, this item number 3, that is business says that this item has to be issued urgently, and we have to delete this item from the physical inventory document, because this item is urgently required and there is no need to have this item in this physical inventory document. How I can delete this item number 3 from this physical inventory document? I have to just click on this item number 3 here. See 3, click here, then deletion indicator. Just click on deletion indicator. See, it has set the deletion indicator here. That means this item is deleted, okay, from this document. Okay, but I had to save this one. Okay, if I click on this item number 3 and click on deletion indicator, this deletion checkbox will be checked for that line item, and I had to save. When you save this physical inventory document, that item number 3 will be deleted from this physical inventory document. Okay, next, enter new items. Okay, so because this physical inventory document, I have not done the physical inventory. I can anytime add any new items. Okay, so how I can add? Go to edit new items. See, only 3 items over there. I can add 4th item if I want, 5th item, anything. Okay, I can add new items. Okay, but all this I can do only before I do the counting. Delete the document. Okay, how to delete the document? I had to set the deletion indicator for all the items. Okay, all the 3 line items, and save it. Then the document itself will be, it is as good as it is. The document is not there. The document itself will be deleted. Okay, it will be like a document itself is deleted. Next, entering physical inventory count. Okay. So for the physical inventory count, we must print the physical inventory document and give it to the person responsible for who is counting. Okay. When entering the physical inventory count, we can enter various quantity from the book inventory above which the system issues a warning message. Okay. So here, what he's saying is, let us say, okay. So for example, this is the physical inventory document. Okay. So let me, okay, the SAP has logged off. Okay, I had to log in again. Just I will show you that one. Okay, what does it means? Okay, let me use my ID and password. Okay, let me log in again. So here, let me display this physical inventory document MI03. Okay, this is my physical inventory document. Enter. Okay. Now, when I am going to enter this physical inventory, right? Okay. When I am doing the counting and enter the count, so the transaction code will be MI04. Enter. Okay. Put the document. So here, what it is saying is, see, when we are entering, the count actually. So let me go back actually to my previous screen here. See, when we when we are in the initial screen of MI04, right, we can put some percentage variance here. For example, if I put 10%, okay, then that is, so let me just put 10% here. And let me, press. So here, let us say the total quantity of this material in stock is 100. Okay, then that is if the difference is within 10% or plus or minus 10, but within 10% only, it will allow me to post this, save this document actually. That means, I can enter the difference here, either plus 10% or minus 10% of the total stock in the storage location. Okay, total physical stock. It will allow me only to that is enter the quantity within that particular tolerance percentage. Okay, percentage variance. Other than that percentage area, allow me to yet that input any quantity here. Okay, that is the meaning of this one, variance, what you see here. Okay, so then there is a, you can see here variance. When the enter data is saved, the system determines the book inventory in the system. The difference between the count result and this book inventory is the inventory difference. Okay, so that is whatever that count right result. Okay, the count here in the physical inventory, right? So that will be the final quantity of the material which is going to be updated in the stock of the materials in the system. Okay, so after you update these quantities, whatever the quantities you are entering, and save this one, then when you go to MMBA and check the stock of the materials, you will see that quantity of the materials in stock. Okay, next thing, coming to the physical inventory status of the item. Okay, just I showed you right already, which is it can be a not processed or counted, recounted, posted. Okay, so anytime, right, if you display the any document here, for example, item number 1, I will show you again. Click on statistics. So this is the status of the item. Whether it is, see, it is open means counting is not done. It is counted, it will be here. You will see this 3 here. Okay. If it is clear, then you will see here 3 here. If this document is recounted, you will see here 3. If the 3 items are deleted, you will see here deleted like this. Okay. So that is how to see the physical inventory status of a item in the physical inventory document. Okay. Next, posting the difference. Okay. So when we when we go to this inventory count, right, put the quantity and post, then what is going to happen? That will create a material document and a accounting document. The material document will correct the stock figure, and the accounting document will update the necessary GL accounts or account points. Okay. So this is what is going to happen when we post the differences. Okay, it will create a material document and accounting document. And further, we can define some tolerance for the posting of inventory difference for a user group. Okay, so depending on the user group, we can define the following value tolerances for the posting of inventory differences. So here the important thing is maximum amount per physical inventory document and maximum amount per document item. For example, here, let me go to the here, let me go to the SAP screen here. Let me go back here because I'm not going to do any counting. Okay, so here let us go to SPRO. I will show you the configuration, right? Where that tolerances are set. Okay, management, inventory management, and free physical inventory. Here you can see define tolerances for physical inventory differences. Go here, you can see physical inventory tolerance group. Okay, so here for example, for let us say for our plant 1000, this is the physical inventory tolerance group. Just X. Go to details here. The difference amount per physical inventory document is 1000 euro, and if the difference amount per physical inventory item is 150 euro. Okay, so this is the amount here in this tolerance group for our company code 1000. Okay, for let us say this 1000. Okay, what is the that is how does this affect the physical inventory count? If a document exceeds the document tolerance defined for the user group, a user who is assigned to this physical inventory tolerance group may not post an inventory difference for this document if the total value of the document lies below the document tolerance but certain item exceed the maximum amount per item. User is not permitted to post the difference for these items. He or she can process the other items. Okay, if no user is assigned to the tolerance group, then the difference amounts for document header and item will be applicable to all users. So what he is saying here is, for example, if any user is assigned to this tolerance group here, okay, then if that user is posting inventory differences for a physical inventory document, and if the difference in the value of the all the items of the physical inventory document is more than 1000 euro, it will not allow to that is process that document. And also, if the value of one single item in that physical inventory document is more than 150 euro, also he will not be able to process the document and he will get a error. That is the meaning actually. But if no user is assigned, if you want, we can assign some users to this tolerance groups. If no users are assigned, then it will be applicable to all the users. Okay, for example, here I will go back here. You can username, click on username. You can assign users to that tolerance group. Here here no user is assigned to any tolerance group here. Okay, if you want, I can add new entries. And for example, okay, for example, I can add that new user here, entry here. Okay, add that that particular user. See here, I can add that. For example, any user, I can add the username here and the tolerance group and save this. Okay, so that is the meaning of this one. Okay, blocking goods movements. So how we can block the goods movements? So here, let me show you here. Okay, so here, let me go to this inventory document here. Okay, let us go to, I will show you this one important thing here. Let us go to MI02, change mode, enter. See, go to the header. Okay, if I select this posting block, okay, then and save, then we will not be able to do any postings for these items in the physical inventory document. Either we cannot make any goods receipts or we cannot make any goods issues. Okay, that is the meaning of this posting block. Okay, so when posting block is saved here, then for those materials, right, it will be shown as that is X due to physical inventory material is blocked. Okay, see, I will show you these materials. Okay, what are the materials here in my here document R-10001. So posting block is not done. Okay, let me show you one here. Any one material. What is the use of posting block? If we select that posting block. So let me go back to easy access and let us display any one material. Okay, let us, for example, I will go to MM03, this material, okay, R-1000. I will select this one. Go to the plant stock and storage location stock view. Enter. Input the plant 9110,000. Enter. So here we can see physical inventory block here. So if you see this, the indicator is A. A means, what is the meaning of this A? A means physical inventory not yet completed for the material. That means this material is there in a physical inventory document, but we have not counted or posted any difference. That is indicator A. Suppose, right, if I make this, here, this for this document, physical inventory document for which that material is there, if we change it to posting block, then what is going to happen? Then in this, if we display this material, this indicator will be changed to X here. X means due to physical inventory, material is blocked for moments. Okay, if I change the status of this physical inventory document here, set to posting block, then for all the materials in that physical inventory document, the posting, physical inventory block indicator will change to X in the plant stock and storage location stock. Both views, see plant stock or see storage location stock. Both views it will change to X. Okay, if I change it here, the in the document header to posting block here, that is the meaning here. Posting blocking goods movements, and then we will not be able to do any goods movements for those materials. Okay, if we set this posting block here and save, then I will not be able to make any goods receipts or goods issues or stock transfers, anything for these three materials. That is the meaning of blocking goods movements. Okay. Next, freezing book inventory. What is this freezing book inventory? Okay, in the document header, we can see, let me go to the header here. There is a freeze book inventory. Okay, this checkbox. What is going to happen if we check this one, freeze book inventory? The effect of this one will be, okay, so if it is not possible to block the goods movements for organization reasons, we can freeze the book inventory in the physical inventory document at the time of count. Okay, to do so, we set the freeze book inventory indicator in the physical inventory document header. This prevents the goods movements from changing the book inventory figure that is relevant to the inventory process. See, what is the effect of this one? Here, if I just, select this freeze book inventory and save for this document, then what is going to happen? Okay, even if I receive some quantity of the materials, okay, in this physical inventory document, we can post goods receipts or goods issues for these items in the document. But, uh, whatever, even if you do any, that is, receipts or issues, the total, quantity of that, material, will not change actually. Okay, that means in MMB, if we check, the stock of the material will be same. Okay, whatever, that is, at the time of, checking this physical inventory, okay, whatever the stock was there in MMB, same stock will be there. That means the system stock of the materials in the physical inventory document will not change. Even if you receive some quantity of the materials in the physical inventory document or make some issues for some of the, materials, okay, in the physical inventory document, the system, that stock, that is the system will show the same stock. It will not increase or decrease. Okay, so that is, it will freeze the book inventory. So whatever the stock of the material is there, at the time of checking this indicator, same stock will be there. You receive 100 quantity, issue 50 quantity, whatever is there, it will not increase or decrease the stock. Okay, but this we have to do only temporarily, only for maximum, some hours or one day, and we should uncheck this one and save this one. So that is very important. Okay, then posting resulting from the physical inventory. Okay, so the account movements that take place when the physical inventory differences are posted depend on the which stock we have inventory, whether it is own stock or consignment stock. We know that consignment stock is belonging to a vendor. So own stock. When inventory differences are posted, the stock figures in the material master record are changed. The total stock is automatically adjusted to the counted quantity. Okay. If the counted quantity is less than the book inventory, the stock account is credited with the value of the inventory difference multiplied by the price, and the offsetting entry is made to the expense from physical inventory account. Okay. If the counted quantity is less than the book inventory, the amount of the materials, okay, which are less will be that is updated in the expense from the physical inventory GL account. Next, if the counted quantity is more than the book inventory, the stock account is debited with the value of the inventory difference multiplied by the price. The offsetting entry is made to the revenue from the physical inventory account. That means if the counted quantity is more than the book inventory, the offsetting entry, that is the account GL account entry, is made to the revenue from the physical inventory account. That is a separate GL account for this one. Okay. That means if the quantity is less or more, then the difference will be updated, to that particular GL accounts. Then what is going to happen, if there is a difference in the, if you are, making, that physical inventory for vendor consignment, then when inventory differences are posted, the vendor consignment stock is automatically adjusted to the counted quantity. Okay. Because this stock is managed on a non-valuated basis, there is no posting on the accounting side. Okay. And no question of creating any accounting document. Okay. So counted quantity less than book inventory. Okay. If let us say if you find the physical stock less than the book system quantity, then it is assumed that the difference was withdrawn from consignment stock and subsequently disappeared. The inventory difference is therefore posted as a withdrawal. The vendor must be paid for the withdrawal. Okay, if you find the counted quantity less than the book inventory quantity, then we have to make goods issue for that particular quantity, and we have to pay to the vendor for that quantity. Okay. Next, if the counted quantity is greater than book inventory, then it is assumed that larger withdrawals from consignment stores were posted than actual took place. That means if it is more than the book inventory, then what we have to assume? We have to assume that larger withdrawals from consignment stores were posted than actual took place. Then the inventory difference is therefore posted as a reversal or cancellation of the withdrawals. Okay. And if the counted quantity is more than the system quantity, then we have to reverse the withdrawals. We have to go to that BGO transaction code, and that is we have to post a goods moment, which is a reversal of the that moment which type which was used to goods issue from the vendor consignment stock. Just reverse it for that particular quantity, that was for which we are finding that difference actually, which is more than the system quantity. Okay. So for to know more about the vendor consignment, right, I have uploaded separate videos, and there is a separate playlist on the vendor consignment stock. You can go to my videos and watch those videos and understand everything about the vendor consignment stock actually. So and further, right, how to know if the stock in a physical inventory document is vendor consignment? How to know, right? We should know that the stock in the physical inventory document is vendor consignment. Okay, so how to know it? I will show you. This is very, very important point here. So let us say here, for example, I will show you in a very, very simple way. I am opening one more screen here. For example, let us say I am creating a physical inventory document here. See here. See, observe very carefully. Okay, what I will do, first I will input the plant count date. Okay, for example, today is 2012, 20 December. Okay, let me see. I want to plan counting on, let us say, Tuesday, 23, 12. Okay, what I will do after I input the plant count date, I will input the plant and I will input the storage location. And here there is a field special stock. Okay, special stock here. For example, right, if I am going to make physical inventory for certain materials which are belonging to vendor consignment stock, then what I had to, select F4 here and select here K, consignment or vendor, here K. If I select in the header, document header as K, then the materials, okay, in this physical inventory document will be vendor consignment materials. I can add those, materials here, which belong to the vendor consignment stock, and also I had to input this vendor mandatory here. For example, let us say 50001. This is my vendor. Okay. Okay. So I had to input the vendor as well as the materials. Okay. Vendor consignment materials. And here you can see the special stock as consignment vendor. So here, whatever the result you are seeing here, okay. So that is if the counted quantity is less than the book quantity, or if the counted quantity is more than the system quantity, then that is, this will be the result of the physical inventory. That is, the difference posting actually what we have seen here. But to count, that this what you call this vendor consignment stock, at the time of creating the physical inventory document, you have to select special stock as K along with the plant and storage location. Okay, so this is very important. For our own stock, what we will do. Okay, for example, here, right? This is our document here. The special stock will be blank actually. Blank means it is our own stock here. It is blank. Okay, so that is how to differentiate the physical inventory document for own stock as well as vendor consignment stock. This, many people, okay, they do not share with you, but I have showed you this very important, information. Okay, and how to differentiate a physical inventory document with consignment materials. Okay, so this is all about the physical inventory in inventory management. So the next part here is the next thing is, we have to do some exercises actually. So how to carry the physical inventory? So as I already, explained here in this earlier, right, that, there are three phases in this physical inventory process. The first is create a physical inventory document, enter inventory count, and post the differences. Okay. So I will upload, separate video on this, exercises actually. So I will create a physical inventory document with certain materials, and I will enter the inventory count and post the differences, and I will explain all the effects, that is, what is going to happen when I enter the count and also when I post the differences. So please, do not forget to watch my, there's videos on this, exercises on the physical inventory, which I am going to, upload soon actually. So, and after this one, I am also going to upload, videos on several topics on material management. So please, uh, give me your valuable comments and also your suggestions. Also, you are welcome to give me any suggestions. And also, please subscribe to my channel and, share my videos to maximum people who are interested to learn MM. So, thank you for watching my video and see you in my next video with another interesting topic. See you till then.